The road to Wrestlemania begins tonight. 30 superstars, one ring, one winner. Who is willing to take the risks, to make the sacrifices, in order for the ultimate glory, the grandeur of the grandest stage of them all, Wrestlemania. As history has proven, championship gold is within arm's reach of the Royal Rumble. A champion willing to do anything to retain the gold. A challenger destined for greatness. Two men square off in the middle of the ring for the World Heavyweight Championship. The stakes could not be higher. Who will headline WrestleMania? Who will be victorious? And who will be the winner of the Royal Rumble? It doesn't get any bigger than this. The road to WrestleMania begins now.
Looking back at me, I can't even see your face. The pressure is closing in, it's taking me again.
I can guarantee it will be a night you will never ever forget. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the first stop on the road to WrestleMania. Tonight, careers will be made, history will be written. This is the NLW Royal Rumble. And what a way to kick off the Royal Rumble with a hardcore championship match. And this one is going to get intense. And here is the man that last episode, it was last week in fact, Hardcore Holly walked away from NLW as the Hardcore Champion after, well, if you saw it you know, he tipped the Pepsi machine right onto AJ Styles, crushing him. AJ Styles getting an early rematch tonight at the Royal Rumble. But of course both these men later tonight will be in the Royal Rumble. But first, Hardcore Holly's got to think about defending successfully the Hardcore Championship. He stands in the ring, he waits for AJ to make his way to the ring. The crowd pops for AJ. The high-flying highlight reel, that is the phenomenal one. And he comes in tonight with purpose, as you can tell from that Singapore cane in his hand. And he's a man who's going to be a favourite to win the Royal Rumble later tonight. But right now, he wants to reclaim the Hardcore Championship. He feels he unfairly lost last episode. And that sight tells 1,000 words. The Singapore cane in his hand. Hardcore Holly's ready to fight. AJ Styles is ready to fight as well. This isn't going to be a standard wrestling match. This is going to be very hardcore. Well, it's in the name. They're going to go all out of the building, in the ring and everything. And oh my goodness, what a Singapore cane shot by AJ to start things off. And AJ now with a Singapore cane and driving it right into the gut of Hardcore. And that is going to be nasty. That's going to leave some gashes and some marks on Hardcore. He reigns supreme at the moment, but Hardcore Holly's up again. And he's got the belt in his hand. And oh, what a shot by the belt. Right into the abdomen of AJ. Hardcore Holly standing tall at the moment. And now he's going to go for the elbow, but moves out of the way, does AJ. And now AJ pulls Harley out of the ring, and this is going to be fast-paced. Hardcore matchup. Again, anything goes, fast count anywhere, and a tray shot. That cookie sheet right off the head of Harley. Styles in control for the moment. And like I said, falls count anywhere, so they can really legitimately go anywhere in the building if they wanted to. And look at this. Oh, well, AJ trying to go for the suplex. Hardcore Holly standing his ground. And Harley now reverses, and there's a suplex right on the floor. And that may be all early on. Certainly slowing down AJ. His fast-paced style halted at that moment. As we take a look at the replay, look at the height he got. Got him right up in the air and slammed him down on that unforgiving protective mat. And there's concrete underneath that, but it's a very thin layer of protection, especially on the outside. And now with AJ against the barricade, Hardcore Harley dives onto him. And here's the first cover of the match, and a kick out by Hardcore. Excuse me, AJ. And now they've gone into the crowd, and it looks like they're out of here already. Didn't think it would take this long to go backstage. I thought it would take longer, but obviously they're ready to fight. And where are they? In the backstage area. Well, there they are, and they're grappling for position. And Harley throws AJ across the backstage area, and that might have made AJ dizzy, but Hardcore Harley's picked up that apparatus and right off the head of Styles. I don't know what the hell to call that. Is it like a barrier or something? Yeah, it's a barrier of some kind. And Hardcore Harley in control for the moment. This is his environment backstage, and now tips the table onto AJ Styles, and Styles down and out for the moment. But Hardcore Harley completely in control for the most part at the moment. But what are they doing now? Oh my god, they've climbed the table. Hardcore Harley's got him in a dangerous position. And what's this? Oh my goodness! The pile driver through the table. And that's got to hurt 10 times worse than it would in the ring, because, you know, it's concrete. Backstage, in the hallway there, as we look at this again, pile driver through the table by Harley. They're going to go all out of the building with this one. There's AJ leaning against that wall. AJ leaning against the drywall, and Harley looking at him with evil intentions. Hardcore Harley, and oh my goodness! Well, that was unexpected. Hardcore Harley literally going charging at AJ, but he goes straight through the wall. Right through that drywall, and AJ follows. I don't know how far he's going to get. But it's left a gaping hole in the hallway. But the question is, where the hell are they now? And I think that answered it. Looks like they're in the well, it appears to be the boiler room. AJ looking for Harley, but he sneaks up behind with a trash can shot to the back. They are in the boiler room of the arena. All the pipes, all the wiring back there. And again, another shot with the trash can. As if it couldn't be even more dangerous, with all those pipes full of gas, full of pressure in there, as AJ's loaded onto the trolley. And now, look at this, oh my goodness. Hardcore Harley wheels AJ into the ladder and all the apparatus back there. And as Harley tries to follow AJ's gone to the other part of the boiler room, but what's that? He's got some sort of is that some sort of wiring, some sort of piping from AJ, and an uppercut with it to Hardcore Harley. Again, that's the advantage AJ has. He can pick anything out of anywhere and use it as a weapon. And with Hardcore Harley momentarily stunned, as AJ dives onto him. Good grief, right through the table. Here's the cover. But a kick out by Hardcore Harley at 2. As you saw then, AJ just diving straight through the table. And now, well, I don't know where they're going. Going out another door, but, well, looks like they're not even in the arena anymore. They've gone through the exit, and they've left enough destruction here. And now we take you to the backstage. Not even the backstage, this is the back alley of the arena. This is outside. It's very dark at night. Hardcore Harley in a state of confusion at the moment. He's been knocked silly, and AJ sizing him up. It must be freezing out there. It is here. cold at night, and wait a minute, Harley's got the pipe. AJ's climbed the dumpster or that trash container or whatever it is, and Hardcore Harley hides it and uses it as a weapon, and AJ's gone straight into the trash, right into that garbage container with the shot from the lead pipe. And look at this, Hardcore, oh my goodness. Well, nothing like taking out the trash for Hardcore Harley, just diving into the trash container, and I don't know where they are, right into that dumpster. I think they're still in the back alley, or no, they found another entrance. I think they've crawled out of the dumpster, and now they're making their way back into the arena. Well, it's so confusing, these hardcore situations to commentate over. You don't know where they are. Doesn't matter where they are, it's always dangerous. And now they're back in the ring. Both men have been knocked silly, but what's that on AJ's hand? It looks like brass knucks, and clocks him. Very crafty, he must have picked those up in the boiler room somehow. And AJ is on the top rope. Hardcore Harley is down and out. And look at this, the 450 or shooting star press. But that only just got a kick out, a response from Holly. He's down and out, but AJ with the chair now. Sizes him up. And, oh, right across the side of the head. Right across the side of the head with the chair. And Hardcore Harley in a desperate manner. He may be about to lose his Hardcore Championship. Especially now. Styles has him set up. And here's the Styles Clash. The Styles Clash to Hardcore Harley. And that may be it, but Harley rolled to the outside. But I don't think Styles, as opposed to going for a cover, he's going to go for something under the ring. If I were him, I would have gone for a cover, but instead he brings out the wood again, brings out the table. Now he's got it set up on the outside. Harley doesn't know what the hell he's about to suffer. And is AJ, is he going to go for a pile driver or a power bomb or something? I don't know, but oh wait, Harley reverses, and oh my goodness, an Alabama slam. An Alabama slam right through the table, and that is it. As quick as that, Hardcore Harley has retained his Hardcore Championship. AJ Styles got way too cocky and confident. He could have gone for the pin, he could have won his Hardcore Championship back, but instead went for the table, and that's when Hardcore Harley caught him off guard. AJ comes up short once again. As we look at the replays of this entire thing, it was, as soon as they got back into the arena, it was AJ with all the control. The Styles Clash, and more. There was the Alabama slam through the table. And now, AJ thinking over his loss. And with that, Hardcore Harley is still the NLW Hardcore Champion. The only two-time Hardcore Champion in NLW history. And with only a few months to go until Wrestlemania, AJ will see this as a setback, but hopefully later tonight he can bounce back in the Royal Rumble.
The road to WrestleMania is long and arduous. However, there is only one stop left. On this night, NLW wrestlers have one last chance for glory, for revenge, for payback. On this night, 8 men will settle their differences on this battleground. A 20-foot high cage surrounds these doomed souls as 2 teams battle for survival. Before WrestleMania is one true test of domination, in not one, but 2 rings. They fight to the death in what can only be described as War Games at NLW Retribution.
What a night Retribution will be. The War Games match makes its return, and following an incredible Hardcore Championship match, we have the Tag Team title gold on the line right now. Now you may not have heard actually, because this has only just recently arisen, and at this point it's only rumours, but there are rumours that Kane and Test are having some backstage spats, if you will. Basically, they're not happy with each other, and it may stem from the fact that Kane feels he'd be better suited on his own, and Test feels Kane isn't pulling his weight in the team. Although in my opinion, it's probably the other way around, if anything. And they give each other that deathly stare, but when they are on the same page, they can be deadly as ever. And I have no doubt that they are the favourites to reclaim the gold tonight. And one of them may even be favourite to win the Royal Rumble if they can stay on the same page. And if they do that, then I honestly think they'll be unstoppable. But here is a team that is unstoppable when they want to be. A great cohesive unit, and that is why they're the tag team champions. Kofi Kingston and R-Truth won those tag team gold at Uprising in a fatal 4-way elimination match. Tonight, Kane and Test get their rematch against the current tag team champions. In fact, it all began with a mix-up between Kane and Test. Test entering with the tag team title belt, trying to get the upper hand, but instead accidentally hit Kane. And that's when the problems all started, but both agree they want to be champions. And what a better way to do it. Just stay on the same page, and my pick, Kane and Test are going to win. But they can overcome differences, as can Kofi Kingston and R-Truth. And you know, they're not as well best friends, well gelled as most of the tag teams, as Kofi, with a flurry of offense, massive punches to the face. And now Kane with a clothesline, tries to go for the clothesline, but instead with a hip lock, has Kofi, locks it on Kane, but Kane gets to the ropes. If Kofi Kingston and R-Truth can do those tag team maneuvers they're so famous for, then they might reclaim the tag team gold. And there's a high-flying style by Kofi, the drop kick, and now the headlock. And they'll want to quicken the pace so that Kane and Test can't keep up with it. As R-Truth gets a tag, Test looks on as Kane is the victim of an early flurry of offense. R-Truth now splash into the corner, drags him away, and the neck breaker. Neck breaker by R-Truth. Truth hasn't competed much recently. He's only really competed in tag team action. That's due to a hip injury he suffered in his debut match. Of course, he's not one to make a fuss, but he is competing here tonight, and good for him. And here is a bunch of shots from Kane in the corner to R-Truth. The 323-pounder, the big red machine, is difficult to stop, and you see here with the power, a sidewalk slam to R-Truth, and Kane and Test are in control for the moment at the moment. Obviously, as R-Truth's looking at the stars and Test calls for the tag, they're back up, and now this is what they got to do. Quick tags, get them in your corner, and try and isolate them from their opponent. And now Test, he's got a lock on R-Truth, and now he's going to drive him into the corner. R-Truth is down and out, and Kane now looking on at Test. But R-Truth takes advantage of the fact that Test wasn't looking properly. He took his eye off the ball, and that's not what you want to do when you're facing the tag team champions. And now an illegal tag maneuver. Kofi Kingston on the top rope as he comes down with a big splash. R-Truth is still the legal man, but Kofi coming in, and the referee's got to get this sorted quickly. But what's this? And what a DDT! Wow, and his head he just did a flip from that DDT, and Test might be lucky he hasn't broken his neck. I mean, look at this. The way his head goes down into the mat, and he just flips over. The quickness of R-Truth is something that's going to have to be combated by Test, but he's drop kicked down there. As he looks into the stars once again, R-Truth, cocky, flamboyant, a favourite with the fans, and there's a leg drop to Test. Maybe if he can get up. Oh, wait a minute, Kane back in. Kane in the ring, he's had enough. And there's a clothesline. And the referee's got to get this sorted out, otherwise chaos will break loose. But Kane coming in with the clothesline on R-Truth, unhappy with the double team maneuvers. And now maybe Kane and Test can continue to work on the tag team champions, and there you see the goal that it's for. As he climbs the top rope. R-Truth none the wiser. Here's a double axe handle, or a single axe handle, from the top rope, coming right down on the head of R-Truth. Can cause concussion. And maybe this as well. Look at this. A vicious style of Test, a brawling style, as he kicks R-Truth repeatedly in the gut. And now with the elbow drop down onto R-Truth. Kane must be happy with what he sees at the moment, and so must Test. They're working well as a unit at the moment with the tag. They may be dysfunctioning backstage, but it doesn't show in the ring. Still dominant, and there's a vintage dropkick by Kane. Very agile for a man of his size, 323 pounds, the big red monster. And now comes colliding into the corner, the weight of him. He is an intimidating force, and since he returned with the mask, episode 8, he's been really vicious as well. More vicious than he was before, at least. And following a bulldog, here's the headlock applied, and that's what Kane's good at, the power, and also slowing down the pace that Kofi Kingston and R-Truth possess. If they continue to do this and wear down the tag team champs as Kofi calls for the tag, they're back up. Can R-Truth reverse this? And he does, and what a stunner. It catches Kane right off guard. And now R-Truth, is he going to make the tag? It's the perfect opportunity. Kane, another one. R-Truth is fingertips away, but Kane makes the tag to Test. Can R-Truth do the same? Almost, and he does. The crowd goes crazy. You're making me crazy. Kofi Kingston's on the top rope, and he's ready to fly. Here's the crossbody, a massive crossbody, and now Kofi gonna fire up with some momentum on Test. Test better watch where he's going. Kofi with the clothesline. Test goes hard into the mat, and now Kofi with the elbow to the chest, and he goes down again. And now what's this? Is he going to go for the axe handle? He does, and Test is out. Test flattened on the mat. R-Truth and Kane on the outside. Kofi sees Kane out of the corner of his eye, but he's more focused on Test. Kofi now with the agility, and the boom drop radiates charisma. Kofi Kingston, the energy coming off of him is incredible. And now Kofi Kingston sees Kane out of the corner of his eye again. Kane sees Kofi, but all he sees is the legs into the dropkick. Dropkicked out of the ring, and now Kane is on the arena floor, begging for mercy. Wait a minute, Kofi might want to look at Test, and here's a spear. A spear out of nowhere by Test. Kofi, it's not often he doesn't look where he's going, but Test took advantage of that for the moment. And there was the spear, with their tag team partners simultaneously down. Test takes advantage, and here is the Canadian sharpshooter. And he's wrenching on the back and the legs of Kofi with this Canadian sharpshooter by Test. Will Kofi tap out? Will we have new tag champions right now? But he gets to the rope, so he's going to have to wait if it's going to happen. Man, oh man. This is going on. Test is waiting for Kofi to get up. He's in a fit of rage. You can see it in his eyes. He's focused on Kofi, and he's going to... Oh, wait. Well, he was going to go for some sort of attack, but Kane, for some reason, tags himself in, and here's the dysfunction already showing. Well, if you can't do a job yourself, well, can't do it yourself. Kane throttled Kofi by the throat, and here's a choke slam, and Test maybe thankfully tagged himself in, as Kane with the choke slam. Here's the cover, and it would have been over had it not been for R-Truth. Kane, I don't know why he fought to tag himself in. Test seemed to have it covered. But nevertheless, Kane did tag himself in and almost won the match for his team. Kofi holding his head. And Kane, is he going to go to the top rope to finish off Kofi? Kofi looking at the floor. Kane is on the top rope. And, wait a minute, Test grabs his leg. What the hell? What on earth? What in the hell did we just see? Why did Test do that? What? Kane doesn't know he's been double-crossed. He is too dazed, too confused to know he's been double-crossed as R-Truth makes the tag, but why the hell did Test do that? And R-Truth with his finisher. And what the hell was Test doing, knocking Kane off the top rope? Here's the cover,
3,
and the win. But a big assist goes to Test, and look at him. Why did he do that? That's the question. We'll know soon enough, but we shouldn't let this overshadow the victory, the major victory of R-Truth and Kofi Kingston. But look at Test, just look at Kane's carcass in the ring. As we look at the replays, it was Kofi and R-Truth who had control for the moment, with the boom drop here. But it was when Kane tagged Test in, that might have set a fuse. Kane with a chokeslam, and then you see here, Test grabs the leg, and Kane goes crashing to the mat. Thus, still tag champions Kofi and Truth, but Kane sat up in the ring, and he knows now he's been double-crossed by Test. And clearly Test getting the hell out of there, as Kofi and Truth celebrate on the stage. But what does this symbolise? What does this mean? And why? I mean, we heard the rumours of speculation that Test and Kane were on the brink of splitting up, but that just took it to a whole nother level, and I do not want to be Test when Kane gets his hands on him, but still to come, we see Alberto Del Rio, the Intercontinental Champion, preparing backstage for his 2 out of 3 falls match against Rey Mysterio. He is focused, he's ready, and this has been weeks in the making, months in the making. NLW Intercontinental title 2 out of 3 falls, that is part 2, and that is next week.